Go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Fat Minute, the official podcast of Pooka, Saucy. I'm your host, Blake Jones. I'm gathered here today with special guest Bradley Nedved.
I'm eating a muffin.
Co-creator Michael Whedon.
I'm a grown-up.
And editor and producer Donnie Johnson.
I'm so glad this is our last show.
All right.
Took a little break. You good over there?
This is basically the review show. We have a lot to review. First, I'll start with some small stuff. Just a quick 1 minute thing from all of you, like total, not you each get a minute, but just all in. What do we think of the Cesario trailer, the new film from the director of Prisoners? That trailer drop comes out in September. What do we think of that?
Looks cool. Looks fun. I'm not 100% sure if it'll live up to the fame that Prisoners has gotten, but we'll see.
Okay.
Looks alright. I wouldn't say it looks fun. I would say it looks more dramatic than fun.
Yeah.
It's a movie you couldn't watch like just one. It doesn't look like a movie you could watch whenever. Like you got to be in a certain mood.
Yeah.
It seems like a very dark and dreary cop drama.
Yeah.
It seems interesting, but, in retrospect, it's like, you don't need this movie to tell you really shouldn't go to that part of town.
All right.
Well, it's not really part of town, it's the border.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's in Mexico, and then there's some city, like, town.
Brad, all of Mexico is that part of town.
No, it's Sirocco or Sirico or whatever the name of the town is.
Bless you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It had a name.
Okay, so that dropped. We got that out of the way. Another movie that we saw that we also didn't do an episode on was San Andreas. Just a quick thing of we saw it. It was pretty bad. Even The Rock and Carla Gugino couldn't save it. And Alexander Daddario, she was in it. Yeah, Carla Gugino.
She was trying too hard. That would be blue dick.
But yeah, even Alexander Daddario and Carla Gugino couldn't save it. But yeah,
I watch True Detective if you want to watch Alexander Daddario.
I give it about a 6 out of 10. What do you all give it?
That's kind of nice.
A 5 or a 6.
Yeah, that movie's like a 5.
Okay, Brad didn't see it. Okay, let's move into the first movie we are reviewing, which is...
I thought we were going to do more trailer talk. Or are we going to do that at the end?
I'll save the trailers for the end.
We did the one trailer, so okay.
Yes, yeah. I want to save the 2 DC trailers for the end.
Okay.
The first movie we are reviewing is Jurassic World, directed by Colin Trevorrow. It looks like Trevorrow, so it's like Trevor and Tomorrow. So basically, if Trevor was a time traveler,
What do you mean if?
has Chris Pratt in it.
Bryce
Dallas Howard.
It's got people.
It's got people in it.
It's got dinosaurs.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
B.D. Wong. Let's just jump into it. What did we think of Jurassic World?
It was a fun return to a franchise that has almost been forgotten for quite a while. It was very faithful to the legacy that was built upon the first movie. It was just an all-around good movie. Could have been a little bit more, but it was just all-around fun, good. I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I think it was a good movie. It does lead to the ultimate thing that scientists think they can control what they create and they can't. But with the whole chip and the sensor and the dinosaur and the whole, why would you build a dinosaur-sized door in its in its cage if you never planned on letting it out? There should have been a human-sized door for the humans to escape from, not having to open the giant dinosaur-sized door.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a little retro, not a kind of like good Captain Obvious kind of thing.
There.
Yeah, Captain Obvious kind of thing. It's like, why would you do that? And also the idea that any living creature that big could hide its entire thermal signature from modern technology. It's like, I'm sorry, you can't reduce your thermal, output to absolute zero unless you're dead. and rotting.
Unless you're dead.
Uh,
You gotta be dead.
But anyway, on to Mikey.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was kind of... It's very much a popcorn movie. It's a summer blockbuster. I love Chris Pratt. I think he's on a very good streak. Both like last summer and this summer, he's been in the highest grossing movies of the summer for 2014 and 2015.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a lot of luck being the main man. I thought Bryce Dallas Howard did good. She's kind of broken her streak of being in the bad parts of franchises.
mhm.
I even thought the little kids did on it, especially the little brother. I thought he was really good. But yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought the finale was great. The humor was great. I love Vincent D'Onofrio. Usually plays like a good villain guy.
Go ahead.
But he was a villain, but he was like more of a lighthearted, funny villain.
Okay. But yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio was good. What else did you like, Mike?
The thing that people were skeptical about, I liked. I thought the whole taming the raptors was cool because it wasn't really kind of taming them; it was just kind of unleashing them, and I thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the visuals and stuff, and actually seeing the park open with people everywhere, and that makes it more of a risk because there's civilians everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought all the ideas really worked.
Oh yeah, I did have a question. Since the Indominus Rex is built with a chip that allows them to shock it in case it, acts up or something like that. If all the dinosaurs have those chips, when the pterodactyl thingies got out, shouldn't they just have shocked them all so they didn't go around eating people?
And that's why it's an 8 and not a 10.
I mean, they did keep all the flying dinosaurs in that dome.
The aviary.
Yeah, the aviary. It was in
And then the
that
helicopter
dome.
crashed into it.
Yeah, it's just they didn't expect for them to get out because they were stuck in there.
Well, they didn't expect for the Indominus Rex to get out, but they still planned for it, with the chip.
Yeah, but that thing's more dangerous than the bird-like dinosaurs.
They're pretty dangerous when there's a huge flock of them.
They had other ones wandering out in the wilderness, and it makes more sense for them to have chips in them.
Well,
Yeah.
the herbivores, I would. Well, a tracker chip, not a shocker chip. Because
Herbivores can still trample people.
Yeah.
And stuff.
well, yeah, by accident or if they get scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a very cool movie. It definitely had its thrilling parts. It tried to bring that Spielberg charm in certain moments. I really respect what it does for the prospect of the nostalgic sequel. I do. I guess I could say respect what people were able to feel when they went and saw this movie to return to a certain time of when they were a child. I felt that different times when I would see the new Superman movie, a new Indiana Jones, Predators, even Tron a little bit. So yeah, I even Men in Black 3. But yeah, I do admire what people were able to experience on an emotional level, a nostalgic level, very retro. And yeah, I think it did succeed in that aspect. Other than Chris Pratt, and I think the little brother did a good job too. I thought the older brother was really annoying. It got to a certain point where it's like, yeah, I get it. You like other girls, but you hate your own girlfriend.
Won't even say "I love you" when he leaves. She said it, and he's just like, "Okay, bye, bitch."
Yeah, it was like three different.
He checks out 4 different girls.
Yeah, in a very awkward way. Like he's staring right at him, right in front of him, and it's like I don't get the joke really.
He's an awkward teenager.
Yeah. But really, other than Chris Pratt, a lot of the main characters don't really do anything memorable.
Well, there aren't really any main characters other than
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Well, the poor secretary.
Yeah.
Just trying to do the job her boss gave her, and got eaten.
Let's talk about how fucked up that is. Like,
Trying to do
that was like the embodiment of overkill.
Well, it's like that never would have happened if the kids had not snuck off and away from her so they could go and do whatever they wanted. I'm like,
so it's all their fault.
Pretty much, they caused her to get murdered. Pretty much.
Yeah. She gets it the worst, and if I would have seen that when I was a little kid, that would have messed me up.
Oh, and the fact that she lets out a T-Rex to fight the Indominus Rex, and then as soon as the Indominus Rex is dead, they're like, okay, shut down all the systems, we're getting out of here. It's like, you have a T-Rex on the loose now. That
but you see, Brad, he helped them out, so his reward is he gets to ride all the rides with no lines.
It's like, the T-Rex could attack you while you're on your way to the escape vessel, like the Indominus Rex was. I mean, the T-Rex is hungry too. And he likes shiny flares.
So yeah, what do you say we move into our next movie review?
Okay.
Let's review Terminator Genesis.
I'll be back again in like 17 years.
Okay. Terminator Genesis, directed by Alan Taylor, who did Thor the Dark World and various episodes of Game of Thrones. Stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, obviously, as Guardian.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's Pop.
Pops, yeah.
And in the credits, for some reason, he's called
He's
Guardian.
called Guardian. It's like,
And they
why?
never call him that. They never call him, like, the Guardian or whatever.
He's never been called that in the movie.
Yeah.
Weird.
It should have just said the Terminator.
And
Or
you
Pops.
get Jai Courtney as Kyle Reese. Khaleesi Daenerys as
Amelia Clark.
Amelia Clark as Sarah Connor.
Wow.
Sarah Connor.
J.K. Simmons as a detective in it. Jason Clarke as John Connor himself. Let's jump right into it, y'all. What did we think of Terminator Genesis?
Pretty bad.
Okay.
It shits all over its own logic. It makes very little sense. Because of it, everyone's favorite movie in the whole franchise, Terminator 2, doesn't happen now. And it totally feels like they just made it up as they went along. It just has it has more holes in it than Swiss cheese. It's a 5 out of 10.
I personally like the movie. It does have its own little, timeline issues with the whole, who sent back Pops and stuff like that. And my ultimate question is, she claims that a liquid Terminator was attacking her and her father in the boat after her house exploded. But Pops happens to walk up with a rocket launcher. I'm like, question mark? Did he blow up the house?
Probably not.
But it could be, remember, he can't remember, his own programming is locked away, so he can't reveal secrets.
He can't remember who sent him back.
Yeah, so...
I doubt he would blow up her house when his mission was to protect her.
Yeah, but he might have some mission that he was supposed to kill her parents so they wouldn't fight against him trying to take her away to protect her. He might have had some kind of sub-objective where he was supposed to kill them.
I'm not gonna lie. When I before I saw the movie and I understood the backstory of how he was to protect her and take her, and he's carrying her away with a rocket launcher, what he's describing is how it came off in the marketing.
Right, but that's before you actually knew the
He
plot.
killed her parents so he could take her with him.
Again, like you said, that's before you knew the plot.
All she remembers is the boat filling up with liquid metal.
Which Arnold is not liquid metal.
No, she could be remembering it wrong. It was a traumatic experience. She might just be remembering it wrong. It might just be filling up with water, just regular old water, and the only Terminator there was Pops.
What's the point of killing her parents?
Because they could have fought and called the police after he took her away.
He's a fucking Terminator. It wouldn't have done any good.
Well, they didn't know he's a Terminator until...
He didn't make it a goal to, kill John Connor's mom when he protected her.
But they constantly would have been looking for her if they had survived, putting out police warrants and stuff like that. So she wouldn't have been able to hide because even the cops would constantly be looking for her.
Brad's point is not stupid at all. It's just, at this moment, until they make a sequel, if they do, all we could do is just take the movie's word for what it said. All we could do is just believe the movie for what it told us.
And like all other gripes with all the Terminator movies, if they, air quote, successfully destroyed Skynet, then Pop should have instantly disappeared, and yet they don't question the fact that he's still around.
But they didn't destroy Skynet.
Okay, but they think they did. So wouldn't the first thought be, wait, if Skynet is destroyed, then Pops was never sent back, so he should just fade out of existence. But he doesn't.
Well, then by that logic, shouldn't the Terminator have phased out of existence at the end of T2 before he drops in the magma pit?
I said the whole timeline.
I don't think Terminator plays by those rules.
Yeah, I said the whole Terminator timeline, all the movies.
I think Terminator plays by the rule, once you exist, you exist.
Well, and plus you can also argue, if he fades out of existence, then he never gets sent back. and if he never gets sent back, it all happens, which causes him to get sent back. So it's just a giant loop.
Yeah, but Skynet being released out into the world, and then in the future he gets sent back. If he's sent back and destroys it before it's sent out into the world, then he's not created. So it creates this whole kind of... So basically, it would create a new timeline. So say you're going straight, where the Terminators are there.
I don't go straight. I like gay.
It breaks off into a second timeline where the Terminators were never created. So it's a new timeline where everyone alive back then would still be alive.
I don't know. I just wish Gohan would fucking kill Cell already.
Or better yet, kill Boo.
Michael, what did we think of Terminator Genesis?
I thought it was alright. It was better than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like complete dog shit. But no. It was enjoyable. I thought it was... But there was a lot of things that were very mediocre about it.
Mm-hmm.
The advertising ruined this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been better if they didn't ruin the big plot twist.
You mean with John?
Yeah.
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 I hate when they ruin shit like that with trailers.
And
It uses too much CGI.
No, I thought the CGI was
and I also feel like, in some ways, Donnie said, like, the way they changed it, they've strayed too far. Like, I'm kind of like, well, what are they going to do now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't even seem like... Because kind of the whole kind of goal... I guess this isn't too much of a spoiler, but, like, the whole kind of goal of the series was to preserve the whole thing with John Connor saving the future.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it is now is like, is John Connor even going to show up now?
Well, John Connor did save the future, and then right after he saved the future, he gets turned into the enemy. So he did save the future to a certain point.
Yeah, but my thing is that they don't have a kid,
And
and now
like-
they're in present day. So now John.
Well, they
Connor,
might have a kid. They kissed. They
But
might.
it's
They
too-
might have a kid.
But my thing is that
That's how babies are made.
my thing is that it's too late now. Like,
He could be a few years younger. It doesn't affect anything really.
We're talking like
No,
30 years.
like John Connor was born in 1984, and they time traveled to 2017.
Yeah.
Like it feels like they've completely abolished the whole John Connor
Well,
thing.
it's
and I think that's kind of
also
dumb.
like I said, it has too many fucking holes in it. The plot.
Well, keep in mind they did write a trilogy before filming the first movie, so there is a 2 and 3
okay, well,
mapped
there's
out.
still some shit that can't be answered
It make
regardless
no
of that.
sense.
So
That's kind of my problem. They're like, oh, we're planning it out as this. I'm like, how about you make one fucking movie with a
And-
cohesive plot,
and then go from there.
and then go from there?
Like
We're gonna go back in
Like
time.
they
go
rip
forward in time
it to
save the
pieces, so
future, but
it's
not
an
that
incomplete story.
when they travel to 2017 instead of where they were originally going to go.
future. 19.
97.
Yeah.
because that's when Judgment Day.
Why did all of a sudden Dyson not make his microprocessor? Why did that not happen? Why was Judgment Day averted? Like, I don't understand what caused Judgment Day to not happen in
Why did it get
1997.
pushed back and created
Yeah.
a new
Why
way?
did it get pushed back 20 years? There's no reason for it to be pushed back 20 years.
Oh, well, it might be explained later that her and Pops might have done something in the nine years or whatever that she was with him. Maybe she did something,
Well,
that caused enough of an alternation that
they
Skynet
didn't
got
leave the
pushed
arm.
back.
They didn't leave the arm behind.
Yeah, they didn't leave the arm.
Miles Dyson-
Miles Dyson
Okay.
Yeah, she's
has
been making
the
sure to
arm
melt
of
everything.
of the 1984, and they melt him.
Yeah,
Okay.
They melted both.
Yeah, they.
So there was nothing for that guy
They
to
melted
find.
both Terminators.
Okay.
Yeah, she's making sure to eliminate all traces.
And plus, Pops was still in 1984 when they left, so he probably destroyed the chip.
Well,
Destroyed.
the chip got fried. The chip
it
was
got
only good
fried,
for
but he
one
probably got
trip.
rid of. So Pop, yeah, that.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Well, they don't come out and say that though.
Well, they don't come out.
They
and
don't
say
come
it.
out and say that. Though. You kind of got to piece that together.
Well, no. Well,
you
they're-
got to think about it.
Well, they're walking by and like, we've been preparing for you for over 10 years. You see the T-800 skeleton in a tub, really,
Well,
of
that's
acid.
after
Yeah,
the
but
fight.
they don't
Yeah.
flat out say because of that Miles Dyson will make that night.
Well, no,
yeah.
but that is the
But,
dots to be
but she does
connected
say
there.
we can't leave any future technology behind, so the arm never gets left
Yeah.
behind.
Okay, so that's one strike. Let's keep going. Keep it up. Keep it up.
I don't. Just, I feel like the whole movie just doesn't. It doesn't flow at all.
I think the moral of the story is the Dyson family should never be allowed to create anything.
Yeah.
But
Dyson.
even though I think the movie's all right and it's enjoyable for what it is very choppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a smooth story.
Because then it's also, if the 1984 that existed in Terminator 1 doesn't exist anymore, then how is John Connor even alive to go to 2017 to create fucking Genesis?
Yeah, Carter goes back from whatever in the future.
That's what I'm saying.
Straight to 2017. He doesn't go
Right,
from-
but he's saying if
Yeah,
they leave 1984 for him not to be born,
Then how does
Then
he...
he-
Yeah.
Because by your theory, once you're created, you're created. You can't be uncreated. By your theory.
well, that's if you leave your timeline.
He didn't leave the timeline.
But they
technically.
created a new timeline where he
should've-
wasn't born. But he is already created, so he's still created. His brain just starts bleeding out of his nose.
Why are you standing up, bud?
Yeah!
But no, who created the original Skynet to be sent to the future, to be sent back to create the Skynet?
Yeah. That's...
Yeah, feeding
Doctor
into it.
Who sent John back in time to create him, but who created Doctor Who originally? The guy, the actor.
Yeah, Matt Smith.
Matt Smith. Yeah, who created Matt Smith to send John back to create Matt Smith?
Wait, hold on. I'm thinking really hard. Wait.
In that sense, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Who created Pops? Who created Skynet to send it back to create itself, and who created Pops?
And why was the T-1000 sent further back?
That's obviously an answer we won't get until a 2 or 3.
Yeah.
The other
They
part-
did say. Here's the one thing they did say about the sequels. Well, they didn't say much. There wasn't really much to say about 3, but they said in 2, Danny Dyson, the son. Yeah, the father's Miles, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny Dyson plays a much larger role in the hopeful part 2.
Well, the other question is, so we see in the future the regular Terminator being sent back to kill her, and then they take over. No, wait, but then I guess the machine takes back over when they attack John and make him a machine. Because like I said, they sent a liquid Terminator back, and that would have to be after they sent back the first Terminator that he followed back in time.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, if the humans still had control of it, there wouldn't be any more Terminators because unless they have multiple time machines across the planet in the future. But since Matt Smith attacked him and turned him into a Terminator, I guess they were able to use the machine to send more Terminators back.
Here's a theory that I always loved, and they did play on this in the movie. How like in the beginning, Kyle Reese is always saying to John Connor, "How do you know? How do you always know?" And he was able to call it all out. And right before he gets sent back, John Connor goes, "I cheat. Once I send you back, that's all my mom knew. So this is where my knowledge ends. No more cheating." And it played on this idea that this other guy had from the Slash film cast, Jeff Kanata. He said, John Connor must live long enough to send Kyle Reese back in time. At least that long. Or else, and it's a never-ending loop and stuff. So until then, it is impossible to kill John Connor. You can't kill him. And it should have played with stuff being like, go ahead, try to shoot me. You can't do it. You can't kill me. I can't die until I send Kyle Reese back. And someone tries to pull out a gun and the gun jams or the clip gets stuck and he's like, yeah, you can't kill me.
But that'd be Deadpool
It's like,
shit.
he
right
has
there.
to live long enough to fulfill his purpose. So technically, he can't die.
That's
That's
also
Deadpool bullshit right there. Just messing
The
with
idea-
people's freaking heads.
the idea that Terminator plays by the rules of once you exist, you exist. When you step out of your place in the timeline, the movies kind of contradict that because with Kyle Reese being sent back to prevent the future from happening, if it would change the future, why wouldn't it erase the people in that timeline from existence as well?
Yeah, so basically,
But again, I guess it's because they didn't step outside of the timeline and go back or whatever.
it wasn't a big enough change. But this seems like it's not destroyed. So maybe it's not a big enough change to cause the whole wiping people out of existence thing because it still happened. So Skynet was mostly destroyed at the end of the movie, but since it survived, I guess it'll still be created, just it'll take longer. It'll take longer.
Can't we just agree that the greatest Terminator movie since T2 is Looper? But yeah, I think Genesis is an entertaining movie. It does have its enjoyable moments. I was able to go sit down with my friends, have a fun time. It is not a good movie by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
But I think it is cheap entertainment. I give it a 7 out of 10, really. I guess I'm being a little nice. What would you give it, Mike?
I think it's like a 6.5. 6.5.
Yeah. So, but yeah, well, what do you say we move on from Terminator?
Please.
Move on or move back?
Oh, can we also talk about how great it was that, like, old Arnold was getting machine arthritis?
Yeah.
Like,
He had to pop his knee back into place.
yeah, old but not obsolete.
And then, as soon as I saw the liquid metal and he said it needs a CPU, I'm like, he's gonna fall in there and he's gonna get an upgrade. I'm like, he's gonna.
Just upgraded.
Just upgraded.
Yeah.
Now I've got a liquid metal arm.
Okay. Let's move on to our video release review. Home video. Today, I purchased X-Men Days of Future Past, the Rogue Cut, now available at your nearest FYE. And we
Sell out.
Yeah. Okay, let's just get right into it. What did we think of X-Men Days of Future Past, the Rogue Cut? Michael, I'll start with you since you are the X-Men fan.
Yeah. I liked it. It was cool. I mean, I love this movie to begin with. It's arguably the best X-Men movie. They did add a decent amount of footage. Most of it wasn't until the third act. What you get to see is cool and all. I'd probably say the best thing is there's a scene between Beast and Mystique that kind of relates back to the first movie.
Beast getting some of that blue booty.
And we didn't really see them interact in the normal cut. And then, of course, the main thing, you get to see Rogue, but like it honestly doesn't affect the story. It's like it doesn't make the movie any better, but it doesn't make the movie any worse. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of
It just exists.
It exists.
Okay.
All they did was added the almost sex scene, and then they added in rescuing Rogue and Rogue taking over Kitty's place. It's like that's really it.
Yeah,
and like little bits of dialogue.
here
Yeah,
and there.
tiny little
In
bit.
hindsight, it claims that it's 17 minutes longer, and then they changed some stuff within. It doesn't feel like they added that much to it.
I'd say
It doesn't
6
feel
minutes tops.
Like
Yeah.
the rogue rescuing sequence
Wasn't
is
bad.
over before you know it.
Yeah.
And then Rogue's just there, so it's not really extended scene.
I-
It's just the same scene with
She doesn't
her
really talk.
in it. Yeah.
Yeah. No. And then like she just walks in and just
Takes Kitty's place. Yeah.
yeah, it almost does nothing for the overall plot, really.
Other than now they have Rogue, so the future's reset, so they don't really need her because the future yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I think like a lot of fans of the old movie were disappointed because she had a big part in the first two movies.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, why would you cut her out?" And I can
Well, the
kind
other
of see
thing
why.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is, and since Kitty is no longer being preoccupied with the time travel thing, she was able to pull Magneto into the vault so they could have like a last minute chat. Because in the original, didn't he die outside the door?
No.
But Kitty couldn't have pulled him through the door because
Blink in the theatrical cut, Blink throws a portal at the door and he walks past
okay.
it.
Yeah.
In the director's cut, it's Kitty, and then
Wait, how can she throw a portal to a room that she can't get access to? Because her powers, she throws a portal here, then she throws a portal there. She has to physically be able to
She
throw
doesn't
the
throw
portal.
two. She just throws one.
she just throws
She just
one.
throws one.
I think what she
that's
did
how
was
that's how they were able to travel from Moscow to China so fast.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then obviously Bobby or Iceman, he dies earlier in the film than he did in the original cut.
Yeah, he died. He dies in the original when the Sentinels are breaking in.
Well, my question is, if Rogue stole enough of Kitty's powers to take over the whole time travel thing, doesn't that normally put the person in a coma?
That's usually humans because humans are weaker than mutants.
Yeah.
And my other complaint is Rogue can steal powers, but she can steal the experience needed to. It took Kitty years to learn how to send people's consciousness back in time, and Rogue can do it as soon as she just steals her powers.
I think it's more so not experience. It's just Kitty developed a new power, but since she has it now, Rogue can have it.
Well, my other gripe is, how does phasing through objects have anything to do with sending people back in time, their consciousness back in time?
It's just a new power she
Well, it's
developed.
like a guy who can drill through the earth and now suddenly fly. It's like that has no connection whatsoever.
Yeah, but it's just like that's what they just did that because that's what Kitty did in the comics. It's just she got the power to go back in time randomly when she got older.
Yeah.
It's just
She
weird.
just developed another power. And there's other mutants that have done that before. Like Jean Grey didn't have telepathy at first. She just had like very low level telekinesis, and then she learned she could read minds like the professor.
I thought she always had
Her
that.
her powers developed really slow.
Until she exploded.
Well, the whole thing in the movies is different. Like the whole the Phoenix being like the peak of her power and an alternate personality. That's not in the comics. In the comics, the Phoenix is a cosmic thing.
Yeah, I remember
The
that.
Phoenix is an alien entity of
Pure energy or
like
something.
it doesn't even have to deal with like telepaths and psychics. Like anybody can have the Phoenix Force.
Spider-Man had the Phoenix Force at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, it did? Oh,
Yeah.
And then Avengers versus X-Men, they accidentally split the Phoenix Force in like 5 different pieces, and it goes into 5 different mutants.
Oh, lovely. That just sounds lovely.
It was cool.
So yeah, but back to the Rogue Cut. It didn't make me love the movie any more than I already did. I did like what they added, but it's like what Donnie said. Like
It just
you
exists.
could understand why they took it out to begin with,
Yeah.
because it doesn't really add an extra pow to it.
I think
you
calling
know?
it the Road Cut's a little pretentious too. I
She's
mean,
in it
it's
like for 5 minutes.
yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
What does she really contribute to the overall plot?
Kitty did it without her before.
She barely has any dialogue.
Yeah.
Well, she has like
She
5
just says
words.
like Bobby and Kitty, I'm sorry, and that's it.
Yeah, she says like 5 words. Almost.
Yeah.
that, kitty, you bitch.
Yeah.
Stealing my icy man.
I still stand by my original rating of 9 out of 10 with Days of Future Past.
Yeah, that's mine.
Um,
It didn't change.
No.
I do like the scene between Hank and Mystique, but it's one of those things like if I want to see it, I can just look it up.
Yeah.
Well, my question is, if Colossus gets ripped in half, is he just covering his skin in metal, or is he like completely making himself out of metal? I can't remember.
I
You
think just his skin.
Because I was about to say, because if he gets ripped in half, if he's just made out of metal, I don't think that would really kill him because his organs
it's
aren't.
his flesh. Yeah.
So it's just his flesh. Okay, then he would bleed. And
I mean,
die.
it makes him super strong, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's his whole body.
Yeah, but I mean, if he actually turned every single bit of him into metal,
He's
and
not-
ripped in
he's
half,
not-
wouldn't kill him.
He's not like the thing. Like the things, like
Yeah.
organs and insides, are made of stone too.
Oh, well, I'd love to see an X-ray.
When they
of
go
the
to
thing.
rescue Rogue
They showed
and you
in the
see...
first movie. Like his heart's like a rock, like layers of rock pumping. Because they look at that's the joke of First Fantastic Four. Like you see the rock heart pumping, it's like making a crunching, scraping noise, and they're like, and he's like, "What's wrong? You know, I used to smoke."
I'll have to rewatch that part. I don't remember that.
When they go to rescue Rogue and you see like the humans, the surgeons experimenting on her, who are those people? Where'd they go? Like
They ran.
there's
Just evil humans that.
so there is still people left in the world.
Oh yeah,
They mentioned that.
People that
Wolverine,
have.
Wolverine says the worst of humanity rule the world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the
like
people that have no. They did not help mutants, and they have no genetic. Mutants.
They don't have
So
the
very
mutant gene.
what,
Yeah, any
what,
kind.
what kind of a life can they live if the world's all shitty?
Well, don't they control the
They're the
robots?
ones that are
then?
alive, not in
Yeah.
prison.
Yeah, don't they control the robots? Someone's got to be
probably happy.
controlling the robots. I'm pretty sure
That's
Sentinels
true.
aren't just
That's true.
working on their own.
Imagine not the whole world's shitty, just the parts we see.
Most of it.
New York,
Most of it.
Russia, or Moscow, yeah, China.
All we saw in New York was Xavier's mansion. I
Yeah.
mean,
I'm sure the company that built the future Sentinels have a base set up somewhere. Bases set up, and those must be nice because who's
Yeah.
attacking them other than the occasional mutant that just gets struck down by a Sentinel as soon as
Yeah.
they try.
Yeah, I gotta say I am a little bummed out. I thought it was gonna add much more. I thought it was gonna add more to the beginning, more to the end. But yeah, it's still, you know, I'll watch it again after, you know, I'll marathon them all next year for Apocalypse.
Basically, if you already own the regular edition of the movie, don't really bother getting the collector's. I mean, the
yeah,
Rogue cut.
I waited and mine comes with the theatrical edition anyway.
Yeah. So if you only could give
Which one would you rather watch though? Now that you have both,
They're pretty much
Done.
interchangeable.
Yeah, they're
It
interchangeable.
really doesn't change anything.
Honestly-
you either add one character that does like 5 set words, or you don't add one character that says 5 words. And the same character.
It really is the same movie.
Yeah, Iceman
it
still
really is.
dies.
It's not like Watchmen, the director's cut that added like a half hour, and
Iceman still dies. He just dies in a different location.
the stuff that Watchmen added was, I mean, Hollis Mason. You get Dan flipping out and punch, like when he punched the teeth out of that guy. That's not in the theatrical edition. Yeah, or let's not forget Return of the King. That adds a whole fucking hour.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
Almost 5 hours long.
Yeah.
That movie's awesome. The extended version of Return of the King is awesome.
Yeah, well, get the extended version of any Middle Earth movie, really. I will say though, the extended edition stuff, I'm glad I just waited and got them. You might as well see a movie in its fullest form, but An Unexpected Journey and Desolation of Smog, I barely notice anything more to it. But yeah. So yeah, well, that's any other closing thoughts on the Road Cut?
No.
Okay. Let's move into
That blue booty.
Yeah.
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 Ooh.
My boy Calvin.
There's a scene where Mystique stops by the mansion in the 70s to talk to Beast, Hank, Nicholas Hoult, and they're talking, and they almost get it on. And
They both like transform while they're rolling around kissing.
and Hank
Gets a handful.
squeezes her ass.
His claw got Hank got a hunkering.
Yeah, unfortunately though, he's gonna walk away with blue balls.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Well, let's move into our 2 DC trailers. I'll leave, obviously, the biggest one for last, but let's start with Suicide Squad, directed by David Ayer, who did Fury, Training Day, End of Watch, and it stars...
He didn't direct
Training Day. No, he wrote it, though.
He was a writer before he was a director.
Um,
I'm pretty sure Antoine Fuqua directed
He did.
Training Day.
Fuqua.
yeah.
Far
It's French. And
I'm gonna do fromage.
it has Will Smith, Margot Robbie, Jai Courtney, Joel Kinnaman, Viola Davis.
I won't even
Cara
remember half
Delevingne.
of these.
Yeah, a whole bunch of people.
Well, it's
What-
a squad. It's not one person. It's a squad.
Yeah. Squad! What
The
do,
Lizard Squad.
what do we think of the trailer for Suicide Squad?
Honestly, I mean, personally, I just didn't think it looked that appealing, but that's just my personal opinion.
Why?
I don't know. I just wasn't entertained.
Why?
Because your face.
All right then.
I don't know. I can't really explain. I just really wasn't entertained watching it.
It looks like a very different kind of movie.
I don't know. I mean, that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Donnie?
It's definitely going to be the first of its kind. It's a very interesting movie. I just don't.
Tough break, Sony. DC got to make the Sinister Six first.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, but the Sinister Six never are good guys though.
Yeah.
Marvel's version of Suicide Squad is the Thunderbolts.
But I just think the first trailer didn't quite give us enough.
Well, maybe
Really?
maybe a second trailer might really pull me in, but I don't like the first trailer. I don't.
I think it shows exactly everything it needs to show. You get
Yeah.
you get everything you need. Like, it's story-wise, character-wise. Like, if you're not sold on that, you're probably not going to like the movie itself then.
Oh, and
Because that's 3 minutes long.
I'm assuming that the director lady is the lady that runs that organization that's supposed to stop superheroes if they go rogue, like Krampus.
Krampus.
No, I just watched it the other day. It's the black lady from the comic.
Amanda
TV
Waller.
I think, yeah, she's kind of big, and she knows, she has this like organization, like I said, that's designed to fight against superheroes should they decide to try to take over the country.
Yeah, well, yeah, she doesn't like superpowered people.
Is that from the comics in the animated series? Is that her in the trailer?
Amanda
That was
Waller
Amanda Waller.
yeah, she's been a character for a while.
Yeah, but that in the trailer, that's her.
I don't know what you watched, but I'm gonna say yeah, that was probably her.
The lady to be like, I know how to control people.
Yeah.
That's Amanda Waller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I want to check.
Yeah, what, did you watch Assault on Arkham, or?
No, it's the one. I was watching clips the other day of like best Batman moments, and she had a squad trying to take this Indian-looking guy, and like
The Apache Chief?
no, it was some other guy.
Oh.
But like Batman, Superman, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman, basically got in their way, saying he's coming with us instead of going with her.
I don't know.
I don't know that, but yeah, she's basically like the William
and Cole-
Stryker,
yeah, and
Boulevard Trask of the DC universe.
Yeah, and she basically just said, she walks up to Batman and be like, you might want to be careful what you say, rich boy. Basically she knows who he is.
Yeah.
I think the movie will be good. I'm not 100% sure it'll be great, though. I didn't quite get the same feeling that I got from the the Batman vs. Superman trailer.
Wait, is it Superman versus Batman or Batman versus Superman?
Batman vs. Superman.
Yes.
I wasn't sure who had got the headliner.
The name with the
It's
fewer,
easier to say.
because it's fewer syllables. You start with the name with the fewer syllables.
Or if you're the Supreme Court, you start with the one who wins.
Well, Batman would have the best lawyers.
Huh?
It's usually how it works.
Batman would have the best lawyers. Superman, who would represent Superman?
On a farm?
On the farm?
Michael, what did we think of the Suicide Squad trailer?
I think it looks awesome. Fuck off, bro. You have poor taste anyway.
Oh!
I'm kidding, but no,
I'm not.
the concept is great.
Yeah.
I love dark, like gritty comic book stories. I've always been a fan of that. I love fun stories. I'm not one of those people that I hate like the fun and energetic heroic stories. I love all of them, but I'm a sucker for those.
I like stories.
I like David Ayer.
time
the
for my
tone,
stories.
the song they use, it's a very haunting cover of a Bee Gees song, and that just sounds stupid, but it's awesome.
Well, the first half of her singing, I can't even understand what she's saying because she's singing at such a high pitch. I can't understand it.
You
I
understand.
know. I'm just saying. I'm like, she
All
has
right.
to lower.
Let me finish my heart.
Listen, lower the pitch a little bit.
But I really like the characters they pick. Like, I love Deadshot. You know, you got Harley Quinn.
You have Killer Croc, which looks
Croc.
awesome.
And Killer Croc with his like hoodie on and his big head looks awesome.
Yeah.
And just,
Like, when I first-
it has this dark, gritty, covert ops tone. Like, it's almost like a heist movie, but it's like a very dark. I love the tagline, "Justice has a bad side," and I've always been a huge Will Smith fan, and just him being his Deadshot and
Well, except the day after. No. The one-
After Earth.
After Earth. Thank you.
well, I'm not talking about that.
That was for his son. That was completely. He did that for his son.
I'm not talking about that. I'm a fan of Will Smith. I'm not a fan of his shitty movies that he's made, but I'm a fan of Will Smith. But him being Deadshot, who's always kind of been one of the main characters in Suicide Squad, like, I think that's awesome. And yes, he has. Deadshot has been in the Suicide Squad comics since the 80s. Huh? Yes.
Yes, they.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. He's like, I don't know why he had died.
Well, I'm just curious.
But-
I'm asking.
But no, like, I think Will Smith being in that is kind of it's a reinvigoration for him because he hasn't really made like a fun movie. And as dark as this movie could be, it looks fun because they're kind of going, I think, on a humorous side because you have Harley Quinn and the Joker and stuff like that.
have insurance.
It looks really cool. And then Batman is going to be in it.
Yeah.
Like, just how it connects, because there's going to be a car chase thing with Batman. And the rest of the cast is great. Like, I love all the cast members, like Joel Kinnaman and Michael Pena and Cara Delevingne, Margot Robbie. There's so many people. Scott Eastwood, we don't know who he is. He's rumored to be Deathstroke. He might not be.
And then the guy from Mad TV, who's also in Neighbors, he's gonna be Hugo Strange.
Yeah. But they haven't really showed him as that yet.
No. Well, you do see a scene in the trailer that's like in an operation room, like a
Yeah.
surgical room. So that might be his office or something.
I'm just curious. Yeah, what his role's going to be.
Maybe he's the guy that the Joker's gonna torture at the
Well,
end.
Well, Hugo Strange is a psychiatrist. And
Yeah.
where they keep the...
That's how he starts off.
In the
the name.
comics, and they've showed the name for it in the picture, where they keep the squad members, they keep them in Belle Reve, which is an insane asylum. That's where they keep them. Like, when they're not working, they're stuck in that asylum. And Hugo Strange will probably be their psychiatrist.
I threw them in a hole and threw away the hole.
Yeah, like Belle Reve is like a asylum for the worst of the worst. And I love the end. Like, the end with the introduction to the new Joker is great. Like, Jared Leto. I've always loved Jared Leto as an actor and a musician. He's a very talented man. He won an Oscar last year. Just his laugh was really good. Like, I'm sold, and I personally like the new look. So
he'll probably be like a 3 of my the third favorite of my Well, if he does a good job, the third favorite of my Joker actors. Well, first is obviously Heath Ledger, and second is the guy that does Joker in the Arkham City games.
Mark Hamill.
And he did the animated series.
Yeah, his voice and the way they have the Joker actually act in the video game series. I love him. He's freaking crazy.
I am glad that the Jared Leto Joker looks so different from the Heath Ledger Joker, and you can tell he'll be a little bit different. I think that's what they needed. I'm really glad that they didn't get some no-name unknown and be like, do the best Heath Ledger impression you can do. I'm really glad they didn't do that.
I'm sorry. They would have failed instantly if they told someone to just basically try to be Heath Ledger. You can't.
They're trying to be more edgy with him.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it looks fun. I think they shouldn't show any more new footage. I think with this 3 minutes, they should either make shorter versions of this trailer.
Do you think
leave it alone.
Do you think it should be R or PG-13?
I think it should be a hard PG-13 like The Dark Knight was. I mean, keep in mind, these movies aren't for little children anymore. Superhero movies aren't for 5-year-olds anymore. But
a lot of things are for 5-year-olds, but they still get to play it, like Call of Duty.
You do have a movie here that you want teenagers in high school to be able to go see. Like if we were 15, 16, even 14, we would want to go see this movie. So you can't alienate those people.
Well, they can go see it just with their parents.
You should only come out with an R-rated superhero movie for very special occasions.
Deadpool. Watchmen was Deadpool and Watchmen, because Watchmen was isolated, didn't have to connect anything.
Right.
This is connecting to Batman
a much bigger picture.
Yeah, Batman versus Superman in a cinematic universe. Imagine, theoretically, hypothetically, if we were like just turning 13 and we were able to go see the Avengers, Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, but we couldn't go see Captain America: The Winter Soldier because it was rated R. And it's like, oh, well, we don't get to get the full story now.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to sell them the full story.
Yeah.
You can't give them chapters and blank pages.
Also, this is just a factual error. I said Michael Pena earlier. He's an Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I mixed him up with Jay Hernandez. Jay Hernandez is in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Hernandez.
But yeah, I think it looks like a lot of fun. It comes out next August. It's going to be a fun-ass way to end the summer.
Yeah.
I love the aesthetic of it, the gritty crime of it. I was sold when they had a guy in a panda suit with a machine gun, and you saw, robbers with Batman masks.
Yeah, at least the Batman mask looked like the animated series.
Exactly.
Batman.
Yeah, there's
just
at least
like his
one
face.
Yeah, there's at least one guy wearing a Batman mask.
That's awesome.
It looks good. I'm just not entirely sure if it'll be great.
Yeah.
Okay, but we will see.
We'll wait and see.
We'll see. Let's move on to the final topic of the night, which is
Debauchery. No, I'm just kidding.
the trailer for Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, the Comic-Con trailer. 3 minutes long. Actually, over 3 minutes long, 3.5. In all its gloriness, directed by Zack Snyder. Henry Cavill's back as Superman. Ben Affleck as Batman. And you get Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman.
My favorite part. Literally, Superman just walks over and rips the roof off of the Batmobile. Batman just stands up. He's just like, I don't give a fuck.
Let's get right into it. Brad, starting with you since you started, what did we think of this trailer?
Well, it's very interesting how they're going to... I'm wondering how they're going to do Wonder Woman. Is she going to be already introduced in their universe, or is this going to be their first introduction to her?
They confirmed that Bruce Wayne already knows her. He's known her for some time now, and she's hundreds of years old.
Okay, so she'll be on his side of the fight.
Possibly.
She'll at least know him first.
Well, yeah, if she knows him, why would she not back whim up in a fight?
Well, I think what's going to
Just
happen...
because you know somebody doesn't mean you agree with them.
Well, I think what's going to happen is she's going to...
we know Moon.
I swear we see at one point...
It's not like he's watching.
I swear at one point we see Superman like flying straight at her.
Well, that could just be different footage cut together. I think what's going to happen is she's going to want them to get along. She's going to want everybody to get along in the end. But we'll see what happens. But what else did you like, Brad?
Personally, I don't like the idea that Lex Luthor is about the same age as Superman and not bald. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I just like the iconic look for him.
He will be bald, though. They released a picture of Jesse Eisenberg.
He will be bald.
What, the
eventually.
kryptonite will cause him to go bald or something? Or they haven't
No,
really
That'd be
said
kind of
it?
cool.
The first official photo of him, and it's the photo where he's bald, it looks like he's wearing a prison inmate outfit. So he's probably going to go to jail at the end of the movie, and they're just going to shave his head.
That would be
Awesome.
cool though
There's a lot of
if the
prisons in
kryptonite made him go bald.
Yeah.
Well, didn't in some of the series, didn't
In the
kryptonite
comics,
cause
he had
him
a
to get...
in the comics he had a kryptonite rain and it gave him cancer.
Yeah, but see, I swear kryptonite gave him cancer at some point in one of the series.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's just that's one of my gripes. It's just like, he should be older. He's supposed to be an older guy who's the wealthy,
that's
owner of a company that happens to frickin' hate Superman's guts.
That's just the movies, though. That's the Christopher Reeve movies that invented that.
And the TV series and the animated series.
Well, they don't say his age in the cartoon.
He looks older.
in the
Not really.
cartoon,
He looks like he's in his late 30s.
it does feel
or
like
something.
he's not the same age as he's not as young as Superman.
Yeah, he
from
looks like
cartoon.
he's
But
in his-
from the source material, he was always the same age.
Yeah, but he looks like
He's
he's in
never-
his late 30s, maybe early 40s. He doesn't
But
look
they did-
young.
He doesn't have, like, it's a cartoon.
Wrinkles,
he doesn't
yeah.
have wrinkles or facial
But-
features.
Well, not
to make him
everyone
look-
in their 30s has wrinkles, and he's rich. He can, get lots
But it's
of...
a cartoon. They don't say how old Superman is in the cartoon either.
Yeah.
Well, don't we know the year that he landed? In his-
Well, in the movies, Henry Cavill's 33.
Yeah, but
in the movie universe, he's 33.
But in the comic series and all that, don't we know the year he landed in his spaceship?
well, no,
No.
because
DC constantly
floating
restarts the
floating
story.
timeline.
it's because
Okay.
if that's the
That's,
argument,
that's why
they're
Spider
always
That's why
reinventing
Spider-Man's been a college student for the past 25 years.
Well, true. Well, he keeps
and
getting...
then also Superman landed in 1938, so he'd be
But fuck old.
Most superheroes have been like young adults just forever in their story.
Yeah.
They're constantly reinventing them for the
The
modern
only
day.
the only comic book that moves in real time is Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, Judge Dredd moves in real time.
Huh.
So Judge Dredd's like 70-some years old right now.
What did we think of what did we think of Batman versus Superman? Donnie?
Fucking awesome.
Okay, well
It looks flawless.
you got to give me more.
It looks flawless. It looks beautiful. I got all the feels out of it. I got chills. I got goosebumps. Not the book series. I wish though. It just looks good. It looks great. I can't wait.
Let's talk about what we like. What do you like in it?
Everything.
You got to give me more, woman.
I'm giving you everything, girl.
That's what she said.
I fucking love just how balls to the wall it is. Just fucking Superman ripping the fucking doors off the Batmobile and Batman just
Stands up.
come at me, bro.
He's like, I got 1,000,000 more.
Batman just, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna rip you in half. And Superman just,
Oh, and he kicks
Ah.
him through. He kicks him through a skylight.
Yeah.
Batman kicks Superman through a skylight. I'm like, how did you get him in that position to even do that?
Jesse Eisenberg looks fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the shot of the Robin suit
Mm-hmm.
where it says the joke's on you.
Yeah. Michael, what did we think of it?
Well, when I posted it on Facebook after I saw it, I made it my own little thing, and I said, unquote, the legend is real, because that's what it is. It is literally the comic book has come to life. It's like everything about this is a DC comic. I'm not knocking the other movies. I love the Dark Knight trilogy to death. But that story is basically like Batman in a realistic contemporary world.
Yeah.
This is Batman and Superman brought off the page.
Yeah.
We've never seen Batman with a more comic book accurate costume. Just the look, the lighting, the aesthetics, the tone.
Cinematography.
It's just beautiful.
Mm.
And like the trailer itself almost feels like a movie. But it doesn't give away the plot though.
Yeah.
It just has, I don't know.
Oh,
It's just as great.
gives away the plot a little bit.
I mean, like, it doesn't spoil the movie.
well, yeah, it gives you enough to figure out why they're fighting.
Yeah. It's just... And even, like, you just know he's Batman. Like, at the very beginning, when you see the building falling down, and he's Bruce Wayne, so he can't be Batman because it's the middle of the day, and he just rushes in to that cloud of, like, debris when everybody else is running, because that's something Batman would do.
Yeah.
And it's It's great. I think the little clips of Wonder Woman we saw were cool.
Wonder Woman looks badass.
I just want to see the fight because I love the way the bat armor looks like. Like, that's going to be great.
This movie should be at least like 3 hours long, quite honestly.
And Zack Snyder's not afraid to make long movies. He's made movies that are 2.5 hours.
If this movie isn't 3 hours long, or at least
Watchmen's 3 hours long,
or at least come with an extended cut, I'm going to be a little disappointed.
Well, his shortest movie is 300, but like you can't make 300 that long anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it's just about 300 guys hiding in a crack in the earth, defending a line.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it looks awesome. I think this looks like it is going to be the most comic book film ever made.
Yeah.
And it's like what we praised about the Vision of Age of Ultron is this entire movie. It is so comic booky.
Yeah.
It goes beyond really what we've seen in so many other superhero movies. I'm digging Lex Luthor. I'm totally on board for Jesse Eisenberg. In 2016 America, Lex Luthor would be more Mark Zuckerberg than Bill Gates. We live in an age where billionaires and rich people are getting younger and younger, and we have these, 20s and 30s entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. And it makes sense. It totally works. I think he's creepy. I think Ben Affleck looks the part so much. He's like doing that workout where he's like pulling the tire that's on the chain and stuff. Like, this Batman looks like he's able to pick up the Christian Bale Batman and swallow him whole.
Well, there is one scene. It looks like Batman is in like a third world country.
Yeah, let's talk about that. The desert part. What do we think of the desert part?
It's most likely a dream sequence.
Or maybe possibly he's trying to get rid of some terrorist.
He's helping us fight ISIS.
Or maybe there is some villain that escaped from like Gotham or something and he's chasing him down.
Well, no, because
maybe Ra's al
what they
Ghul.
show for those clips, they show Superman very ominously, and they show soldiers, and they have S-Shield badges.
The soldiers
he's fighting
have S-Shields.
In the desert?
Yeah.
Yes. That's it. And yeah, Batman's like, his eyes are really visible, but he has like goggles on top, I guess because he's in the desert.
Yeah.
He has goggles on his cow, and he has a trench coat.
Yeah. People are
he pops out of some like hidey hole in the desert. Like, it looks like it was like a door, and he busts it open, sand goes, like he was hiding down there or something, maybe.
Yeah. And it's you could tell it's within the same segment where the soldiers are bowing before Superman and he just walks past them.
Well, yeah, they're in some underground tunnel.
I think it's a nightmare he has where it's like the apocalypse that Superman causes and he rules the world now, and Batman's basically the last human to stand up to him in the world.
That's possible.
Because Batman is a very paranoid person.
It's like, why else would Batman be in the middle of the desert?
Yeah.
Fighting soldiers.
Yeah. Like Superman scorched the earth.
Yeah.
Or they're just in a desert.
Yeah.
Just by pure coincidence.
Yeah, I think Wonder Woman totally looks spot on.
Yeah.
At first, when she was cast, I'm like, really, her? All right, maybe. But like when I see her, yeah, that's Wonder Woman.
I can't remember. In the trailer, does she have her rope?
Yeah, it's on her belt.
Yeah, it's on her belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she's holding a sword and shield when he's here.
Well,
Yeah.
that's her main weapon.
Jeremy Irons as Alfred totally looks like he's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, the 2 lines he has in that, like, he kills it.
Yeah.
They haven't said who's going to play Commissioner Gordon yet, have they?
He's dead.
They said
They said in this movie universe he's already dead.
What? Who killed him? Joker?
Maybe.
Or he just died of old age.
Could be.
But I think they should have flashbacks where they have someone play him.
Yeah.
But see, if this was the first Batman movie we've had in a while, like since the 90s or something like that, like this was the rebooted universe and we didn't have the Nolan films, I'd be a little bummed out. But the thing is, we already had our perfect Commissioner Gordon and Gary Oldman. Like, you were never going to top Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon.
Have
I
you
think
seen the Commissioner Gordon from the Arkham series? It's pretty good.
Well, that's a video game, though. I mean, like in the movies, like.
But a video game can, with all the cinematics, you can almost call it kind of a movie.
Well, the one in the Arkham games is very similar to Gary Oldman anyway, so.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is they were never going to top Gary Oldman, so why even bother? Why even try?
Because they can.
But yeah, he's already dead in this universe. Robin is already dead.
Oh, is Batgirl going to be Oracle, or is she going to be Batgirl? Or is she dead?
What?
The Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
No, I said, is Batgirl going to be Batgirl, or is she going to be Oracle?
I don't even know if she's in the movie.
She might not even be in it.
Well, that's true.
They might do the thing in some stories where Barbara Gordon becomes the new commissioner of Gotham City.
Well, that's only...
That was only in Batman Beyond.
Yeah, that's in the Beyond when she's older, like in her
They just did
50s
that.
or
They just did
something.
that because they didn't want to do the whole her getting crippled because they thought it was too, like,
Too real for kids.
too freaky and stuff for
Yeah.
kids for the
Yeah.
Joker to paralyze her.
Yeah.
So they just had her when she gets old, she replaces her dad.
They are supposed to have Carrie Kelly Robin in this, though, who is the female Robin.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Jenna Malone.
Jenna Malone from Sucker
That
Punch.
is one thing that does bug me. I don't. Well, it's off topic, but the new Teen Titans stupid cartoon. Anyway, there's one episode where there's 4 Robins, but one really sounds very feminine. But they always just call them Robin. They never give them a
Did she have orange hair? Because if it did, it was Carrie Kelly.
I'd have to relook.
Carrie Kelly's a redhead.
I'd have to relook. I don't know. It was very. But she was wearing like the little green shorts.
Yeah, it was
like,
Carrie Kelly.
Just like the other Robins.
And glasses.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I had to rewatch it, but that does bug me since she has the character has a very
Yeah,
feminine voice.
in The Dark Knight Returns, Batman recruits a new Robin, and it's a high school girl.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he just make the Robin a Batgirl? Why did she have to be a Robin?
She wanted to be Robin.
She wanted to be Robin. She dressed up as Robin.
She took a Robin suit from a costume shop and wore.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
He only kind of recruits her just because he has to.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, I love them.
Plus, there was another girl Robin before her, too, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the movement of Ben Affleck in this trailer. Like, the shot where he's, like, punching all these different guys and smacking their guns down. And just... Yeah. Ben Affleck's gonna be awesome. And
I said that the first day they announced him. I was never skeptic about Ben Affleck.
Yeah, and a lot of people were.
You know what villain I hope we get in this Batman, though?
Huh.
The Riddler.
The Riddler, they've hinted at
They've
him.
already have an Easter egg.
Yeah, they hinted at him, so I hope
I
we
don't
get
know.
him.
What do you guys think? Can Riddler handle the main villain role, or do you think
Yeah.
he should?
Yeah. I mean, he's a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. But the way they've been doing recently in movies, do
Jim
you
Carrey was awesome.
Do you know who
actually
auditioned
really-
really hard for that role?
Who?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
I'm sorry, but that would have been the greatest movie of all
Oh,
time.
God.
He wanted to be Spider-Man.
I want
too.
them to actually.
Michael Jackson wanted to be Spider-Man? Jesus
When
Christ.
James Cameron was doing it.
I would have paid good money to see that.
I personally,
James Cameron just wanted to have Edward Furlong or Charlie Sheen.
want them to see them actually do a correct Scarecrow.
The Scarecrow in the Nolan universe was really good. They just didn't give you enough of them.
I'm just like I said again, Arkham Knight. That Scarecrow is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they actually.
Well, that one's very similar, like method-wise, to the Nolan one. It's just more exaggerated.
Yeah, but like
What are you doing?
I think he's got something under his fingernail.
Yeah. Yeah, so any closing thoughts on the Batman versus Superman trailer?
No.
What are we at?
I'll do.
Hour 3 minutes.
I'll say this: when the Deadpool trailer finally gets officially released, oh man,
Well, do you think that Jared Leto will be in Batman vs Superman since Ben Affleck is in Suicide Squad?
He might be hinted at. Talked about, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I doubt it.
Do you think they'll do what Marvel does and have like scenes after the credits?
Probably.
I don't know.
I would hope they put at least something. At
They
the end
didn't
of
with
the
Man of
credits.
Steel.
Yeah.
Well, that was the Man of Steel. Didn't have Batman. This has Batman. Oh my God! It would be perfect if they did at the end. They spliced in, that whole. They keep doing that cartoon thing where they keep doing the whole table of him and Superman talking like how it should have ended and stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's like and like they're sipping coffee. Oh my God! If they did that, but with the real guys, like the actors, I'm like, oh my God, that'd be so awesome.
That would be awesome.
Why did you do that? 'Cause I'm Batman.
Wrap this bad boy up.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for listening, everyone. I'm Blake Jones. You can find me online on Tumblr and Twitter at Blake V. Jones.
I'm Donnie Johnson. You can find me on Twitter at TheDonJohn1991. You can also find Pooka Saucy on Twitter at Pooka Saucy.
I'm Mike Whedon, and since you haven't heard it in a while, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at mwhedon, and I have a Tumblr page called Blood in the Abyss, and it's all one word.
Edgy.
I'm Bradley, and if you try to find me on the internet, I will find you and I will kill you.
Good night.
And then everyone sues Brad.